Greetings, it is I, Ryuji Dread. How are all of you doing tonight, Dread Nights? It's a Friday night, which can mean only one thing. We have a movie watch-along, and as part of Spooktacular Halloween, we're watching nothing but spooky and Halloween-related films. So tonight's feature is none other than The Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it a Halloween movie? Is it a Christmas movie? Honestly, I think it's both. So it fits for the theme of this month with Halloween. So we are going to watch it. It is available to watch, obviously, on Disney Plus because it is a Disney Plus movie. I believe you can also rent it from, like, YouTube as well as a couple of other places, but I did not check exactly. There are some people who probably just have this randomly on their Blu-ray shelf, or assuming people still buy Blu-rays, which I don't even know. I do, but I don't know about anybody else because I like to have physical movie collection. So, we are going to be watching it. Movie is very short, hour 16 minutes, claymation, created by, God, what's his name again? Tim Burton. Yeah, so it was created by Tim Burton, but it's not directed by Tim Burton. Danny Elfman does the voice of Jack Skellington, as well as a couple of other people in the cast, which I think does a phenomenal job. This movie is a musical, believe it or not. A lot of people don't realize that when they watch the film, but it's actually a musical. And it's very charming, done with claymation effects, which is very, very good. Very lost art, at least in my personal opinion. Tim Burton has used it in our films, though. Corpse Bride, in particular, comes to mind off the top of my head. So we're going to count down from the start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play. Alright, so we're treated to the Disney, obviously, Walt Disney Pictures logo, which just has changed quite a bit in the past, because obviously when the Disney Plus streaming service went live, they did decide to upgrade the opening logo, so I haven't really been to Disney World in quite a while. Good, like, 15 years at this rate. Walt Disney Pictures. They did upgrade it, though. It's very CGI now. It used to be a little bit different before. Alright, Walt Disney's Pictures presents. The music is very good in this film, too, by the way. Even though some scores do repeat themselves a little bit. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. So, it's up to you, Dread Knights, to figure out, is this a Christmas movie, or is it a Halloween movie? So we're starting here. Everything, again, remember, claymation. Got narration. I got louded it up a little bit on my end. Okay, so look at this. It's like a universe that connects all the Halloween events. Look at that. There was a turkey door. Holiday worlds of old. So perhaps in the imagination of a child. Oh, so we're going into this tree to visit the Halloween world. And here's the most infamous score in the whole film. This is why goth kids like this movie, apparently, just for this one particular score. Also, the visuals are really, really good. And ironically, this movie didn't do very well at the box office, and eventually became a cult classic. Look at that. Just the first shot of just having the ghost on the tombstones there like that. I'm not going to sing the song, even though I do know some of the songs. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. I can't sing too much of it because I will get DMCA'd. But look at that. The ghost effects there, that's actual classic 2D animation that they animated the ghost there just to be put into the shot. So they transposited that onto it. Look at this. The monster under bed, literally. The trope there. Look at that. That's a good effect. But just explaining everything about Halloween, the spookiness. That's an interesting one, too. I think that's supposed to be a throwback to Beetlejuice, if I remember correctly. We got a whole bunch of Draculas here, vampires. Notice how they're Transylvanian vampires because they had the accent to them. That's the mayor, as you can see from the badge. I don't know what he's really supposed to be honest. There's the black hat, because remember, black hats in lore supposed to be very bad luck. Look at that. We got the werewolf man there. The other two, I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to be, just like regular monsters. We have the witches. One of the witches is a cyclops, ironically, which is kind of an interesting stylistic choice. And this is, look at the cauldron there that they came out of. Look at this tree. This tree is from, like, Japanese lore culture. Clown, because people are naturally afraid of clowns. Never understood the part where he took off his face while that was supposed to scare. This is Sally. She's going to be a very integral part of the storyline. There's a love story in this, too. This is Oogie Boogie, as you know. He's probably the classic, like, ghost robe type character. Look at that. We have a little devil guy walking around too. This is Holly. Everything's done with claymation effects. So this took forever for them to animate. And then just to get it right, considering you have to move everything frame by frame for the shot, claymation's not easy to deal with. Because it takes a lot to get. It's something they don't do in this day and age. I think the last movie that I think used claymation was Coraline. A very good movie in its own right. Look at that. Look at this guy on the horse. This is going to be an integral part here. They're going to put the horse on fire. That's an old tradition. Look at Sally. Sally's smiling. Listen to the lyrics for a very special guy, Jack, the King of the Pumpkin Patch. Look at that visual effect there. That's just freaking crazy that he would light himself on fire and then just kind of dance around like that. Just doused himself. Listen to the... They're explaining the story to us. So there's a Pumpkin King and a pumpkin song. And look at that. We're introduced to good old Jack Skellington. Played by Danny Elfman, if I remember correctly. Look at that. And we can see Sally is clearly enamored by that performance. But more in particularly, it seems like Jack. You could just tell from the facial reactions. That was a good shot there, too. Which is actually laughing the way they're supposed to. Oh. Terrifying. Look at this. Also, notice the lighting. How you don't see the candles flickering from the jack-o'-lanterns in the background. That's a nice little touch that they're able to actually simulate that effect. Brilliant leadership. Because remember, he's the Skeleton King. Or the Pumpkin King, so... He's the one that leads Halloween. And look at Sally. Sally's just hanging back there. Oh, why is she getting grabbed? Oh, what happened? Is he in trouble? Or she's in trouble? So much excitement. She is. Is she like a Frankenstein bride? Oh, well, the scientist is pulling her. Oh my god, she severed her arm. Why did she do that? Oh, boy. She's hitting him on the head. That's kind of funny. So she's supposed to be like a throwback to the Bride of Frankenstein. Look at the mermaid woman there. Supposed to be, I suppose, a siren there? He's kind of trying to back away. I guess there's too many people overwhelming him. Maybe Jack needs, like, some time to himself. Well, the mirror just gave him a save. Most blood drained. Interesting. So he's just trying to get away from everything. He seems a little bit, maybe emotionally overwhelmed by everything. Why is he so sad? He's walking away. Oh, look at this chorus of people there. Monsters playing music. Listen to that song, too. That's going to come back as a theme throughout it. Last year, he seems complacent right now. Listen to the dialogue they said the year before that, the year before that. He seems like he's just tired of the same old, same old. She's trying to stuff the arm with something. Oh, she's hiding. She wasn't expecting anybody was going to come into the graveyard, I suppose. Look at him. He's pondering something clearly. Very long legs he has there. And that's... You can tell that she really is enamored by Jack Skellington. Just looking at the gaze. The musical scores are really good, too, just because it kind of elevates things. It gives that mystical spookiness of it. Zero? Is this a ghost dog, literally? Some people's exposure to Jack Skellington's only Kingdom Hearts, I think that's crazy. Just for me. Listen to his song. So, basically, he's singing his outer monologue right now. So they basically tell you what they're feeling most of the movie, the first song. Look at that. Listen to the lyrics, too. He's very proud of his work, clearly, for the lyrics, you can tell. He's very happy about that, but now look, it's shifting. Because he's doing the same thing year after year after year. It's kind of like content creation of YouTuber spirit, you would figure. Yeah, he's getting tired of the same old, same old. King. Tired. Same old thing. Yes, I'm very familiar with this movie. Look at this. Look at that shot. That's a beautiful shot. He's feeling hollow inside. That's what that's supposed to be a reference to. And look at that. Nice shot there. And Sally is mystified by him. Notice that she's got a sad gaze look at him now. He's longing There's something different. A different feeling, something different. That's what he's singing about. See, he doesn't want to do the same job anymore. Look at that. That's a nice effect there, that he was able to control the pumpkins. She's getting a little closer to him. This is symbolism that she wants to be closer to Jack Skellington. That's why they're showing you it via scenes. Directorial choice there, clearly. Yes, nice. Look at that. That's such a nice shot, too. I would wonder what they would do if they kind of sped up the film's frame per second in these scenes, of how it would look. Just out of curiosity, because that's like 30 frames per second that they're using there for the claymation. Just to be able to keep it kind of smooth. Because it's definitely 30 frames. If it was 60 frames, it'd be way too quick. My model is 60 frames per second. But that's obviously like 30. Okay, move. Look at that. Notice the cap, that it just kind of moves downward to be able to get him a bridge to be able to walk across. That just goes to show you how powerful Jack Skellington is in this universe, how much command he has. And notice that in these shots, Jack Skellington is being shown from like an upper angle, where he's like on hills tops, while we have Sally, who's down on the ground. That's supposed to convey that Sally feels that Jack is way above her league. And this is the scene here. Supposed to show the distance between the two. She wants to be close to him, but doesn't feel like she can enter that world just from that shots. She feels sad. She wants to help him, but she doesn't know how. Right? Look at this witch hazel. What is she putting in there? Deadly night shade? And she's putting that away. Is she gonna get her arm back? Well, there's the doctor. Now, if you notice the voice actor for the Doctor, you know who it is? It's William Hickey. William Hickey, who is the old man from the cat in last week's movie, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. So, he played the Doctor in this movie, which I think is really, really fucking cool. Like I said, William Hickey did such an amazing job, just not only in voice work, but just in acting. Look at that. 3 times. Oh. I guess he wanted to create, like, a girlfriend or something for himself. He could make art creations, that's a good point. She's restless, she can't help it. A phase. I don't think it's gonna pass. Clearly, she's not in love with the Doctor, she's in love with Jack Skellington. She doesn't want to be patient. Interesting. And there's Jack, moving around, sadness. He's just trying to find a new purpose in his life, to break some of the monotonous nature of it. How is he going to be able to catch that? It's a ghost dog, right? He shouldn't be able to actually grab it, right? Oh, look at that. He picked something up, but it wasn't when he threw it at him. And that's going to be a plot point coming further down the line. Look at the mirror. He's already... Looks like we're going to Jack Skellington's place. Look at the staircase there. It's just an interesting thing. And then it's withered and bones. Look at the bell. It's pulling a spider. Everything's Halloween themed here. Notice he's still singing it? A song from before. Oh, doesn't look like Jack Skellington's willing to answer. Maybe he's tired of everything, right? He had a lot of mental fatigue. Look at that, he changed. He transformed into a different personality. I think the mirror is supposed to be basically Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde throwback, but they don't do it exactly the same way that it normally would be, just because they're afraid that they were probably gotten sued, but it definitely seems like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde reference. This is the two-faced nature of it. Uh-oh. And then he's falling down already. That didn't go too well. Looks like Jack is not willing to talk. Maybe he's not home. He hasn't been home all night. Where did he go? He's just hiding out in the forest? Look at the sun. The sun's actually a jack-o'-lantern. He's literally just wandering the tree wasteland. I guess he's got to be tired. He was sleepwalking? Literally? That's kind of cool. He wandered off into a distant area of his land. Well, notice he's seen someplace new. It's actually intriguing him. Things feel different. Notice that the music is being uplifting now to kind of imply his thoughts now that he's being uplifted by something different. Oh, remember what the narrator said? That this is kind of like the realm to different worlds, different holiday worlds. You should go in the turkey one. That would have been funny. Imagine if it was the Nightmare Before Thanksgiving instead of Nightmare Before Christmas. Obviously, we found the Christmas tree, which kind of sparked his interest there. Even though Jack doesn't have eyes, notice the facial reactions of just the inquisitive nature there. The smile alone, the gaze. That's a very interesting effect. Just opening the door. This is going to be one of the most infamous songs that's coming up pretty soon. Is he going to go in, though? There's also kind of a throwback to Narnia, when I think about it, too. The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Ooh. He got thrown into the tree. It's like it was sucking him in to this world. And look at this. Nice 2D animation overlaid on top of the claymation effects there. Something you don't see too often. Okay. He's there now. Look at this. Look at that. Pupils. So pupils are actually the lights from down there flashing. This is a throwback, obviously, to The Grinch That Stole Christmas as well there. With that shot of him just looking over the mountain at the holiday town. That's a kind of a cool little throwback there. Look at that. He's just enamored by everything. What I think is really cool about this film, too, is that it's claymation effects, but look at the lighting. They're actually simulating the lights from down on the Christmas town with the flashing lights of the Christmas tree lights. That's kind of cool. Notice the snow. There's actually some glitter everywhere. Now, this is one of the most popular songs, too, in the film. Look at that. He's enamored by everything because it's completely different. Look at that. He hit himself in the snowman. That's kind of funny, too. Look at this. And just the pacing and how he sings this song, too. So well done, guys. Just so perfectly well done. I don't want to sing it. I'm almost getting tempted to sing it because I do know the song. Look at that. But I'd get to MC it anyway. Welcome's coming from inside. Look at that. The fact that there's so many interesting transition shots, too. As he's singing, it's like he's narrating exactly what's going on here, too, which is a very clever directorial choice there. As well as storytelling. Normally, they don't do tell and show, but in this particular situation, it kind of works very well. Because it is a musical, because this is, you know, inner thoughts that are being projected to us through the gift of song, right? Look at this. Interesting set pieces, too. Yeah, he's surprised that there's no ghouls, nothing to scaring them. It's completely different from what he's used to. If they see him, they're going to freak out. Jack's a very lovable dude. Oh, see, the elf saw something, and then he left. Yeah, there's no monsters here. See, it's different. Good feeling. See, he's longing for something different, and he might have just found something that he thinks is different. Don't steal the pies. That's not cool, man. Okay, I thought he was gonna steal the pies. Look at how the carousel works here, too. Because they didn't have to animate the up and down, but they did, too. Look at the actual train here. That's literally shot by shot by shot by shot moving. No CGI here. This is all claymation. Look at that. Perfect. Even the snow, the way it falls, that was claymation, too. So he finally learned what Christmas is. He's intrigued. Uh-oh. And look who's there. It's good old Saint Nick. He's gonna get enamored by this. He's studying it. And they're still looking for Jack Skellington. Notice that the world has become a little bit more gray in Halloween Town. The sun is not shining right now. It's to imply that everybody doesn't know what to do and the world is nothing without Jack. That's what that transition from shot of Christmas Town to here is supposed to mean. They're very desperate to find Jack. I like that the witches have their accent when they talk. Who's that guy supposed to be? Frankenstein? Ooh, that's an interesting thing with the Draculas. They're gonna sound the alarm. They actually have an alarm for this? Look at the cat. They're sending a cat alarm. That's funny. Who's going to be able to find them, realistically speaking? There's Sally. Curious as to what's going on. And she's not allowed to sneak out. Remember, the doctor was like, you can't sneak out. She's thinking about something clearly here. Notice that the music is implying that she's being very inquisitive. Like, mischievous even. She laced the soup with something. That was the stuff that she grabbed from the cemetery before. Look at the frog. An actual frog's bark. That's kind of funny. Oof. She's trying to, like, put maybe the doctor to sleep, perhaps? Oh. Worm's World. What is she looking for? Worm's Wart? Was it? Oh, so she's trying to spike the doctor's soup. She's very mischievous, which is what the music actually implies in there. That particular scene. The doctor's so busy because he's a doctor, right? Oh, that's an interesting shot that he can actually scratch his brain. You notice in the saying, pick your brain? That taking into a whole new meaning. Soup, apparently. Oh, he likes that soup, apparently? Yeah, frog's breath. What's wrong with frog's breath? Ah, see? He knows something's up. But she wants him to taste it? She's not hungry. Oh, she knocked it out. Oops. No, she doesn't want you to starve. She's gonna take a spoon out? Oh, she's smart. How does she have that? Oh, that's smart because she has the soup thing. And then it's straighting on the outside. That's funny. That was smart. Sally's smarter than the doctor. How you outsmart a mad genius? That's something that's kind of interesting. Well, it is his creation, so I guess she would be smart. Did she get some of the doctor's brain, I wonder? Where's somebody else's? Drain the leg. That's an interesting expression. Oh, that's 0. Right? It sounds like it was 0. Well, notice everybody's mood. Notice how the sun is now coming out again. As, like, life is coming back to the world of Halloween Town because Jack is the life of the party. That's what the scene's supposed to be projecting to the viewer. Look at this. He came back with a vehicle of some sort. He stole that from Christmas Town, apparently? Town meeting. Right now, apparently. Notice the church bells. All classic trope of horror films. Town meeting, everybody gotta be there, right? The doctor's sleeping, so Sally can sneak out now. That'd be perfect for her. She'll get to see her love from far away. Notice the shot? They're all congregating in a church, too. That's the funny part. Look at the pews. It's interesting that he used a church for this. Very gothic theme. It's a gothic church. Notice the Grim Reaper in the background there? So he's going to tell me about Christmas Town. Oh, a spotlight. That's a nice little effect there, too. The fact that they don't waste any sort of nuance in this film. Like, they made sure to actually light everything the way it would actually work in a real film. They're actually probably still using a DMI light there to be able to simulate that lighting effect. And then to make, like, that spotlight effect, I'd use, like, a scrim over the DMI to be able to simulate that. Look at that. And now look at this music. Listen to it. Everybody's, like, inquisitive, you know? It's like it's puzzling type of sound to it. The tone. Interesting. And notice how when they're having this conversation, it's musical. He's telling them to gift a song again. This song is not the strongest of the film, though, I will say for certain. No. Notice how they're shifting between conversations here. The song is getting a little bit more mystical, a little bit more confusing. And now notice how, as he's talking, the tone of the music is picking up, the pitch, and then it slows down again. Now look, it's picking up again, the tone, and it's intensifying because of their curiosity. That's a nice sound design. Look at that. It's picking up every time they're puzzled and interested, the song elevates. The tempo picks up. Uh-oh. Watch out. That's a nice choice, too, where they were shifting the spotlight there because he knocked into it. And it gets fixed back on Jack to show that he's the most important person in the scene. Again, also keep an eye on the shot. Notice how the camera is a little bit lower and he's above all of them because it's supposed to project that he's the person in command for the scene. And that he commands respect and power. And he's more knowledgeable than all of them. That's what it's supposed to mean. Notice how even this big dude, he's sitting very low to Jack, and then when Jack stands up, he's over him, standing over him, overpowering them with his thoughts. Look at that. That shot is perfect. But notice in the background we have Sally here, who's standing on the tree. That will symbolize something later on in this movie. I don't want to give it away just yet. But it'll come back in the very last scene in the film. Sandy Claus. See, you got it wrong. It's Santa Claus, but he's calling him Sandy Claus. As if it gets claws. Okay. Excited, but they don't understand. He feels like they don't have the feeling that he had when he experienced it. He was hoping that they would share in his joy and, like, interest. Apparently, he didn't get his message across to them, so now he feels a little bit defeated, dejected. Look at that. He found all these books about Christmas. Did he bring it back from Christmas Town, I wonder? Notice the lighting again in the scene, how they did a very good job of the fire in the background, and it actually lighting the room, so there's the flicker that you see with the lighting effects. Look there in the ornament, you can see the light flickering. Very nice touches, and then you have the Christmas lights there too, but they're not blinking. And again, listen to the music. Jack is trying to figure out a solution to his dilemma. And notice how the song is being a little bit more mystical, implying that he's pondering and pondering a way to figure it out. Ah, he figured it out that he got poisoned. Is he going to punish Sally and lock her up? Yeah, he's going to throw the lock and key on her. His head hurts. Why does his head hurt? Well, William Hickey does a very good job of the voice acting. The door is open. It's Jack. Why is Jack visiting the doctor? Oh, look at Sally. Sally's in love. You could tell she just, like, was filled with joy the minute that she heard it was Jack. Nice lighting effect there, too. That's to simulate the sunlight that was coming through the door. Very well done. And the shadow effect, too. The shadow would have been animated, I think, from a 2D animation studio. I don't think that was actually the shadow of the actual puppet, because it would be kind of hard to simulate it exactly the way you need it to. No, okay, so he's trying to get something experiment going. He has a black bag, beakers and everything. How's he gonna... What is he gonna use those for? Does he have any idea how to use beakers and, like, scientists' chemistry sets? He's got a microscope. Oh, he's peeling that off of... What is that called? Mistletoe, I think? He's gonna study that? Wants to see what it's about. It's just like a red fruit. Oh, he broke it. You broke the scale, Jack. Do you not know anything about science? He's putting a volt battery to it. What's he trying to do? He cooked it. It's a noodle. He's trying, what, origami? He's trying to cut something. What did he cut? Oh, it's a spider. It's Halloween. So he can't get his brain off of Halloween. He's trying to understand how to Christmas. He's pulling out stuffing. He's trying to figure out what bears are made of. Have you ever been to Build-A-Bear Workshop? I went with a friend one time. He was trying to build a bear for a girl that he liked because he wanted to impress her. And, like, just the way Build-A-Bear stuff is made kind of traumatized me because, like... The bear got stuffed through his rear end. Like, the pipe to put the stuffing went through the rear end. And I was like, this is not... I thought bears were made with, you know, love and tenderness, not getting that shoved up, stuffing shoved up the rear end. That traumatized me. I never wanted to go Build-A-Bear after that. Oh, man. All right, but I digress. So we have Sally here. Sally's making some sort of concoction again. Some wine, perhaps? Is she gonna try to escape through the window this time? She wants to meet up with Jack, I guess. Is she gonna send it to Jack, maybe? Notice that song, the music that's playing. That music is gonna come back in this theme quite a bit. She sees Jack from far away. Notice the music picked up, her heart started to be lifted. She wants to be close to him. She's willing to do anything. Man, she jumped out a window for him. She gonna be able to pick herself back together, though? Her arm broke. She gonna be able to stitch herself up? Well, she has an extra sewing kit. Okay. So she doesn't necessarily need the doctor anymore. She's figured a way to be able to restitch herself. Wow. She's smart. She broke her leg, too, off of that jump. That's crazy. She's willing to do anything for love. And Sally would be technically the most beautiful woman. I think she's actually one of the only ones next to the witches, if I remember correctly, in this town. Notice the music? Because they want to imply that Sally is actually really beautiful. Oh, the doctor was willing to let her free. Is the doctor really this bad? I wonder, because we never really figured out in the movie. Yep, she's gone again. He just can't control her. He should just let her be free, right? So he actually writing a scientific equation as to how to solve Christmas here. Look at that. Sugar plums, eggnog, chestnuts, open fire, divided by, what was that? Look at that. It's a fruit basket with wine in it, too. She's trying to... Oh, wow. Look at that. She's banging her eyes. Does he know who she is? Well, I guess that's supposed to be appetizing in this world. Look at that. It's a butterfly. He's impressed by that. It's hard to come up. She disappeared. Right? If it were me, I would have been like, somebody that goes to that jester, such a romantic gesture, why don't you come up? Could have this bottle of whatever that was and share the food. Alright, she's picking a flower. Notice that? That's a reference to a game girls used to play. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. Notice it turned into a Christmas tree, though, randomly. Never understood that particular scene. And then notice the Christmas tree burned. I think it's supposed to be a premonition as to what's supposed to happen in the film. And she somehow has that gift. Uh-oh. Look at that rooster. It's a dead rooster. Skeletons. Notice the song, Something's Up with Jack. She slept there the whole night. Look at the sun. The sun's coming up. The vampires have to leave because of sunlight. Yeah, everybody's confused. I love how everybody sinks their thoughts in this town. I hope he hasn't died. That's funny. Something's up with Jack. She knows something's up with him, too. And she's sad. She's worried about him. You could tell just from her facial reactions. Nice lighting there of the sun again. So many good shots where they got the lighting just perfect for a claymation film. Because in other movies, they'll just won't even bar with the lighting for claymation. They'll just whatever it is. But this one took, like, paid close attention to small details like that. Even the shadows. Yeah, he's trying to figure it out. He's probably not even slept here. Listen to the song. What does it mean? It's the mystical side of the song, too. You can hear the mystical, because his brain is racking trying to figure out the answer. That's what's conveying to us. I love the fact that the music is in tone with how his song is being sung. It's perfect, perfect, perfect. What does it mean? I love the fact that there's so much emotion in a song, too, because sometimes people phone in their performances. This was not phoned in. This was like him giving it his all. And you could hear the pain and confusion in him when he can't figure out the answer. Because he thinks that he's like the smartest guy in Christmas Town. See? You can feel his emotions of his confusion, him trying to get everything right. Look at Zero. How is Zero able to grab things as a ghost? I never understood that. Yeah, you are probably trying too hard. Uh-oh, he has an idea. Uh-oh, he's got an idea. What's gonna happen? Everywhere. Can't believe it. I've seen this movie a lot. I'm sorry. quite a bit. It's a good movie. I know some people hate it nowadays because it's kind of played out because it's like, you know, it's the goth kid emo movie now by this point. It's such a good movie though. It's what I'll do. Look at that laugh. So he's gonna steal Christmas basically from Christmas Town. Just because he wants Christmas for Halloween Town. But Sally knows something's up. She's getting very sad. Special job. Sally's gonna get to do something here too. Notice her pensive look. She's looking sad and confused. She's skipping the line? No, she moved because the doctor, you hear the actual wheelchair. He's looking for Sally. You can't find her. Sally's done a good job of avoiding him up until this point. Improved. They're gonna fix the baby doll lip. The doctor's here. What does he want for him? He's gonna make him a Christmas sleigh? Exceedingly simple. It's no problem for the doctor, apparently. Is it not for us? Jolly. See, he's confused again. The mirror's getting hit by somebody. Who was it? What are you? What's wrong with them? These three are gonna be the terrible trio in this film. Oh, they're Oogie Boogies, boys. What is he gonna have them do? Top secret. What is he gonna do? Uh-oh. Interesting. What are they gonna do with him? What is he gonna do? Well, we're not even gonna find out at this point. The mayor is trying to overhear too, and he can't. Something stuck in that thing? What is it? Probably like a worm? Oh, spider. Again, a spider. That was the spider from his tie. That's so cool. Nice little nuance there. Why do you have to leave Oogie Boogie out of it if they're Oogie Boogie's men? They crossed their fingers behind his back. Or behind their backs, so Oogie Boogie's gonna know about this now. Are they gonna run off to tell Oogie Boogie now, you think? That's Oogie Boogie's domain there. Some people, oh, I remember Oogie Boogie from the Kingdom Hearts fight. Again, my heart breaks every time somebody's like, yeah, Jack Skellington from Fortnite, or Jack Skellington from Kingdom Hearts. When he had his own movie. He never had his own game, though. Notice the music here? This is a song that's very popular, too. See, so now we're going to know what their plan is. They're going to kidnap Santa Claus because that's what Jack wants. Oh, so they're going to lock up Santa Claus. Oh, look at that. They lured a roach into the trap. That's nasty. What's it going to do? You can't capture him. You can't poison him. Ooh. How did that thing survive that? It should have died. They basically boiled it in acid. Poor roach thing, right? I don't like roaches, but that's like, seems cruel and unusual. Oogie Boogie. They're gonna pass him over to Oogie Boogie. Oh, man. That's a dead bug. Maybe they did that on purpose for Oogie Boogie? Uh-oh. Oh, man. It looks like Oogie Boogie ate him. They're trying to figure out what they're gonna do. They're trying to figure out their plan. Interesting song. Yeah. I don't want to sing this too, but I know this song too. Such an interesting score. Oogie Boogie already ate that. But they're gonna double cross Jack. That's the one thing that's gonna come back then. So they're going in this haunted bathtub. That's an old school, like 1960s bathtub. With the claw feet, as they call them. That's why they actually has claw feet. Interesting. Notice their tone has changed because they're very mystical, mischievous. Interesting. Look at the lighting, too. The lighting choices here are so freaking good that they simulate the fact that there's a little bit of light that's shining through the window there. Ooh, look at that. Oh, scorpions. Those are poisonous. They haven't figured out really what their plan's gonna be. They just know they're gonna kidnap him. They've taken just about everything possible to try to kidnap old Saint Nick. Is it gonna actually pay off for them, though, I wonder? I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's gonna be a good idea, right, Dread Knights? How do they even know where to go? Did Jack tell them this, or did they already know this from Oogie Boogie? Oh, yeah, they already told Oogie Boogie, apparently. Ooh, Snake Eyes. That's not good. The house always loses, or the house always wins, right? The bells. He's trying to teach them to play the song, Jingle Bells. Can you manage it? Ooh, look at that in the guitar. That's kind of a nice effect. Ooh, that sounds way off. Maybe they should go back to playing in the alleyway, their music. That sounds really off. Yeah, how did you like that song? That doesn't seem... I have to practice it quite a lot. He knows who Sally is, huh? She's trying to help them. No, you should probably pay attention to her. That's not his Christmas. She's not listening to her. He's so fixated on making his Christmas better than Christmas Town. He's not gonna listen to you, Sally. Like, she's worried and sad. And he's just like, can you make the soup for me? Listen to her. Wow, he called her clever. You have every confidence in you. Seems wrong to her. She's hurt at the fact that he was very dismissive of her. They caught Santa Claus already? Impossible. No way that he got him. That's the Easter Bunny. Yeah, that's definitely not the Easter Bunny. No. That's the Easter Bunny. Whoa, poor Bunny's gonna be scared to death. Yeah, definitely not. You didn't follow the instructions, you went for the wrong one. Look at this, he was so furious with them. Oh, the Christmas tree cookie. See, they're not very smart, so they're gonna have to go back for... Whoa, look at that. He's scared, though. He wants to know that he means business. Take him home first. And apologize. Treat him nicely, yeah. But why do you need to kidnap him? Why didn't you just go act Santa Claus? Can I do my own Christmas? I wonder. Oh, did you see one of the skeletons there? That's actually a reference to another movie. Monkey Bones. That hadn't come out yet. But it was a comic book. Look at that. So he actually has an assistant. So why does he need Sally? As a companion? 35 days to Xmas. So he's got a month and 5 days to be able to pull this off. Look at this. The scenes. Oh, she's actually making the dress, or like an outfit for him. Santa Claus outfit. It's making Christmas. You notice how they're very confused as to what they're doing? They prefer, like, celebrating Halloween. They don't sound very excited about making Christmas as opposed to what they usually do, which is celebrating Halloween. Okay, now they seem to be warming up to the idea a little bit. Notice how they're not really making Christmas better? They're making it worse? Because all they know is, like, horror and scary things. Look at this. At least they're putting their all into it, even if it's going to be a disaster. Look at that. Man, that duck is scary as hell. Do you know that people are actually afraid of rubber duckies? They actually have a phobia of them? And it's crazy. I've never actually thought there would be some weird phobias like that. Look at the gargoyle walking in a shot. That was very cool. What are they bashing? Why is he throwing a chain on that? Oh, what is that? Supposed to be like a Dracula doll? Oh, he seems whimsical here. Well, remember, Jack wanted something different. He's happy about everything. Because he's able to get, like, Christmas at least here. But is this going to be a great idea? Oh. Why is he... What is he doing with this dude's head? Rat into what? Oh, it's a hat. Oh, that's kind of gross, though. He's actually giving him positive reinforcements, though. A bat in place of this rat. Yeah, it can't be way too dead. Something pleasant. Well, he's trying to motivate them to do something good. Interesting. Look at that. I forgot what they call those. Those are pretty cool. I never had one, but I've seen people mess around with them. They're pretty cool. Fun little toy. 12 days to Christmas. 11 days to Christmas, so 11 days have passed. Have they not kidnapped Santa Claus yet, the trio? How long is it taking them to find Santa Claus? That's kind of crazy. It almost took them a whole month. How many people did they get captured instead of Santa Claus, I wonder? Wouldn't see it, probably because it's not part of a director's cut. Oh, look at this. He's animating the skeleton reindeers. It's always a very nice effect. I think it's supposed to be like a pun on Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein. Sally is basically like a pun on Bride of Frankenstein. Although there's no actual Frankenstein in this film. To my knowledge, I've never seen one that resembled it. Look at that. And they're getting all ready for Christmas here. Notice the song here. It's interesting how it's shifting between tone of one song that sounds very Halloween and spooky-ish and one that's very mystical and Christmas-ish. And they're constantly changing between scenes to show you the stark contrast between both of them. You know? And as much as Jack really thinks he's doing very good right now, he's just making things much, much worse. A for effort, right? At the very least. Look at that. Even the wrapping. Notice how the wrapping is more like Halloween wrapping than it is actually Christmas wrapping? Look at this. He filled up a full cauldron of stuff. Oh, look at that. And the reindeers are here, too. Interesting. Nice effect. I wish that the reindeer skeletons had a little bit more movement to them. Because it felt static. It was probably the one effect that didn't really work so much in this film. Look at Santa Claus. He's checking his list. And, what is it? Looking at his list and checking it twice. Trying to figure out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus will probably not come to town if Jack Skeleton gets his hands on him. Uh-oh. They finally found him. It took how many days? We had this big musical number as to how they were going to kidnap Santa Claus, and all it took was them taking the bag and throwing him. Oh. And he's still not paying attention to her. Look, she's trying to convince him. He doesn't want to do his job. He's tired of his job. Something is missing, yeah. It's a skeleton bleed. Oh, she's smiling. Oh, what's gonna... Uh-oh. She's getting cut off, too. She wasn't able to tell him what was going on. Look how big. They got Santa Claus. Oh, look at his beard. It's filled with candy. They didn't even clean the bag before they kidnapped him? It's kind of gross. Look at that. Tiny hands. Yeah. He doesn't have claws. So you actually thought it was actual Santa Claus. Oh, poor Santa Claus. Look at that. That was a nice shot where it just shows from Santa Claus's POV and they just move the camera around. That's a very well done shot. Very ballsy there to take a shot like that. Yeah, there is some mistake. What is he gonna do with him? Is he gonna borrow the hat? Don't steal the hat, axe him. Santa Claus Bolt confirmed. They got like a tiny little ponytail. None of there's anything wrong with Bolt, guys. Poor Sally. It is much worse. What's she gonna be able to do? Uh-oh. Christmas Eve. So it took them all the way to Christmas Eve to be able to get him. Uh-oh. So they're gonna take him to Oogie Boogie? Yeah, but Oogie Boogie's gonna eat him. Most likely, right? Goodwill to men? Yeah, probably not. They're, you know, Halloween spooks, ghastly ghouls. Look at that. The music is shifting, the mysticalness of it. Oh, she's gonna try to poison for Jack Skellington? I don't know if that's a good idea. She's gonna try to do what she did to the doctor to prevent him from doing Christmas. I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, look at the doctor. The doctor's finally making somebody else. Oh, boy. What's he gonna do? Oh, he put off half his brain to give to her. Isn't he gonna be less smart now? Because, oh, freaking closed out his lips. That's not good. Poor Santa Claus. Oh, he's gonna get shoved down there. I don't know if you really want to throw him down to Oogie Boogie's territory. That's a good line, actually. You could go down the chimney, you can go down here. Uh-oh. How'd he get stuck through that, though? Wouldn't he have died just from, like, going down that one? Broken neck or something? Well, that's the mysticalness of claymation animation films, right? Uh-oh. Look at that. Even the bats are lighting up differently here. Notice the music? It sounds very sinister to imply that something evil is coming along. Is I gonna roll snake eyes again? Snake eyes. That's never a good thing. Ooh, look at that effect. Look at that. Ooh, boy. If I'm not mistaken, the person who plays Oogie Boogie and sings is actually the person who played Audrey 2 in Little Shop of Horrors, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. Look at that, man. That's such a cool effect. Oogie Boogie glows in the dark. He's supposed to be a traditional ghost. Look at the sack, though, that they made him. Such a nice effect. Notice here, Oogie Boogie is way bigger than Santa Claus, again, to imply that he's the person in control here. Powerful, sinister, the one that you should be afraid of. Look at that. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. Boogeyman. Look at that. Some people only remember Oogie Boogie, again, from the freaking Kingdom Hearts boss fight. It's so sad that there's a generation who are not familiar with this movie whatsoever. I can't believe it in my ears. Oh boy. Look at that. Knocked him down. Look at that. He's just kind of insulting him. Look at that shot. That's such a good shot. And the eye blinking on Santa Claus and then his beard is glowing. Was he gonna eat him? No, he didn't eat him. Ooh, sink in the air. Look at that. Boogie Band. Oogie Boogie. Look at that. Look at that. Even the rope glows. That's so freaking good. What I like about the movie now is that they remaster in 1080p. So, like, a lot of these special effects look way better than they did back in the day when this movie was released. Particularly this particular part with Oogie Boogie. Because this glows didn't pop as much before. That's the one good thing about HD technology. It's come a long way in helping older films look way better in the special effects department. Like, you could actually tell the texture on the sack for Oogie Boogie's costume. That's a nice transition shot from glow-in-the-dark to then regular lighting. No, that's not going to be good for poor Santa Claus, clearly. Well, they got a little bit better in the music with Here Comes Santa Claus, right? A couple days of practice. What is Sally going to do? She's going to spike the water. So I guess if Jack comes through that, he will maybe fall asleep or something? What is her plan? Oh, look at that. He popped out a casket like that. Jack definitely has a way with entrances. Uh-oh. What's gonna happen? The mayor? What is he announcing? Okay. What's going on? Look at that. He's getting praise there. Adulations. Look at all the fog, though. People not noticing this? Oh, that's not good. Oh, I know why she did it. Now when you think about it, if she was creating fog, he's not going to be able to fly out for Christmas, right? Yeah, there's a lot of fog. Yeah, you can't. She was smart. She's smart. Very smart. That was a smart play, right? It wasn't the nicest thing to do, but she's trying to prevent him from creating a disaster for him. Oh, look, now Sally's kind of heartbroken that his feelings are hurt. Uh-oh, look at that. Zero. Pay attention to Zero, though. Notice how he has that glowing nose? A reference to Rudolph, obviously. Look at Sally. Sally's afraid now. Let's look. Christmas is gonna go through whether she wanted it to happen or not. Uh-oh. She's trying to stop him from making a terrible mistake. But he refused to listen. Look at that. She's sad. She has no idea what's going to happen. And Jack is off to show his type of Christmas. Figure he would have just stuck to his town, but no, he wants to have his own brand of Christmas in Christmas Town. Goodbye. Dearest Jack, she really loves him. She even hopes that she's wrong about the premonition. This song, pay very careful attention to it. It's a very good song. Listen to her emotions and the lyrics. To stand by him. Listen to it. She wants to stand by him because she loves him. And listen. The worst is yet around the bend. See? She's singing that he doesn't notice her feelings at all for him. She's hurt. Listen, how much he means to me. Because he's not paying attention to her. She didn't pay attention to the warnings. Listen to that. It's not meant to be. She's very sad. My dear friend, which implies love when you say my dear friend. Listen to this song. Wow, listen, powerful lyrics. She wants to, like, be supportive, but she knows something's worse. And she's also hurt at the fact that he hasn't paid any attention to her. I was surprised when Sally actually starts busting out a song in this film years and years ago. Listen again. Never to become, for I am not the one. That's the worst feeling in the world, when you realize you're not the one for the person, but you want to be. I really feel for Sally on that one. Listen to this. And now we got this mystical mix between Halloween theme and Christmas mixed into one. How's he going to be able to do all these children in one night like Santa Claus, I wonder? Look at that. Okay. What's going to happen? Uh-oh. Is Santa? Nope, I don't think so, little boy. You're in for a rude awakening. Oh, poor kid. He's gonna go down there thinking Santa Claus is leaving him some gifts. And he's gonna get something completely different. He's not scared of a skeleton Santa Claus. If I were a kid and I saw that, I'd probably be absolutely terrified. Look at the lighting again, simulating the fireplace. Look at the kid. Kid's so confused. Special present? What's it gonna be? Look, he goes up the chimney. So the lights were being simulated, I think, from the Christmas tree. Oh, this scene's so funny. What did Santa get you, honey? He pulls out a severed head. They're screaming. It's funny. Police station. Old school police station. I like the fact that they hid the police face behind the police logo there. That was an interesting choice. I wonder what his face actually looked like if they even made a face for him. Second toy complaint ever. Tonight. Keep that in mind. So they're able to watch on the cauldron what's going on. He's just creating havoc for Christmas. It's like he basically did Halloween on Christmas. Uh-oh. Henceforth the name of the movie, right? The Nightmare Before Christmas, because ironically, it's Christmas Eve when he's doing this stuff, so he's kind of giving the little girls and boys and, you know, families a nightmare, right, literally right before Christmas, because this is like Christmas is ruined at this point with the kids. We found toys. Are those toys going to be good? Look at that creepy duck. Oh, man. And look at that. It's trying to scare them, too. They're terrified. That's kind of crazy. Why would you make toys that are going to terrorize them? See, he couldn't take the Halloween out of himself, even though he did this stuff. Like, he's just creating terror on Christmas. Look at that. The bat's coming out. Those kids are terrified. Look at the reef. The reef turned into, like, something. The tree's being eaten by a giant snake. Oh, look at that. A freaking jack-in-the-box, literally, but it's a jack-o'-lantern in the box. Notice the music to imply that something terrible and horrible is happening right now. Look at the fireplace. They lit the fireplace even higher because they didn't want Santa Claus to come in for... Santa Claus' reputation is going to be ruined at this point. Uh-oh, police. Skeleton. That's not good. Turn off all the lights. Look at all the phones. There's only one cop answering all this stuff. See, imposter. They even know that it's imposter Santa Claus is in there. Mocking and mangling. See, Sally knows it's already ruined this event. Military units are going to try to shoot down Jack. That's bad. Someone does have to help Jack. But Sally's having a backbone. She wants to go save Santa Claus to help Jack. Is she going to be able to do that, though? I don't think so. Is she very powerful? Is she brave? Is she smart enough to do that? Well, she is the smartest person in the film so far. Uh-oh, he thinks they're searchlights. That's not good. Not good. Uh-oh, watch out, Cloud. That's not good. Not good at all. Poor Zero. Uh-oh. Gambling man. Watch out, man. Oh, look, she's sticking out a leg. Huh? I mean, remember, in the movie, really, Sally's the only woman in this whole entire film, so obviously she's going to be very smitten. She's a very lovely character, too, right? Like, uh-oh. She pulled off her arms for that? That's smart. Sally's trying her best. Oh, man. A little bit of foot action there. She was able to free Santa Claus, so smart. Uh-oh. He pulled off the leg. Too late. Uh-oh. Oogie Boogie's not happy about that. Uh-oh. What is he doing? He can suck. He's like got Kirby power, right? Uh-oh, that's not good. Meanwhile, Jack is being chased by like the armed forces. What's he gonna do? Harry and Jordan? They gotta stop him from this, right? How are they gonna stop him now? Because he's just gonna keep ruining Christmas at this point. Oh! They shot one of the skeleton reindeers, so he's gonna have one less. Oh, they shot the barrel of the Xmas gifts. Yeah, they are trying to hit you. You better run, man, right? Oh, they got a clean target on him, actually, now. That's not good. This is gonna be 07 for Jack. Oh, the whole Christmas thing got blown up. Is Jack gonna be able to survive this? Such a plummet? I mean, he is a skeleton, but... Can something that's a skeleton be killed? I wonder. And shifting back to the pot, they look... Now you know that his mission has failed with Christmas. Everybody's sad. They probably think that Jack's dead too now. Look at them. They're crying. Everybody has tears. Oh, that's a bad idea. It's not wrong. He's driving away. He's sad. He's going to announce the news that Jack is dead. Wow. You know, without Jack, there's not going to be any Halloween. So they're really, really screwed now. What's going to become of Halloween without Jack? He should have stayed in his own lane and understood that his importance was in Halloween. It's kind of funny how, like, the police car drives there, and we could see the face of the police in that shot, but we couldn't see the face of the police in the previous shot. That effect didn't hold up very well, though, when you look at the police car, though. Christmas has to be canceled this year. Oh, man. Look at Jack, he fell on an angel's wings. What is the luck of that, right? He was saved by, I guess, a guardian angel of sorts. What's gonna happen? Oh, now he realizes what he did, because he heard that Christmas is canceled. Listen to the song. He's sad. Sad tone of the music, too. He knows he did terrible. Yes, he knows that he just ruined a whole town. Spoiled all. He meant well, but it's just not something he should have done. He should have talked to Santa Claus if he wanted to help. I'm pretty sure Santa Claus would have tried to help teach him how to do Christmas. What have I done? Notice the song. It's very Shakespearean, this song, in a way. And look at the emotions that are being conveyed on his face. Really good claymation effects there for this particular scene. The lighting is nice, too, because the lighting that we're seeing is just basically the flames from the Christmas sleigh, or I don't even know what you would even really call that, Jack's sleigh, being blown up. Look at that. He's sad. Look at this. He feels low, too, because he's very depressed. Uh-oh. He's trying to make sense of it. Look at this. He feels like his... Oh, he's upset. Because he feels like his greatness is not being appreciated. Well, now he's picking himself up. Trying to motivate himself. Because he tried something different and he was not afraid to do it. Yeah. So he's proud of himself now. He did something. Yeah. At least he feels alive. That's what he's saying in the song. Look, he feels like his old pony self again. Uh-oh, listen to that. The Pumpkin King. Yeah, he remembers that he's the Pumpkin King. It cannot be anything else. He has to live up to who he is. Look, next Halloween, he's already back in the Halloween spirit, thanks to this. See? Now he's back in his true form again. Thanks to getting this whole Christmas thing out of his blood and trying something different. Uh-oh. But he knows he has to set things right by getting Santa Claus. Yeah, he has to go save him. Uh-oh. Jack? It's lucky if Jack shows up. Uh-oh. Now they're gonna think Jack is actually dead. That's not good. Uh-oh. Sally's gonna be heartbroken, even though that's not the case. Well, Jack's got one chance of saying this right. He's gonna have to confront Oogie Boogie. If he knows where Oogie Boogie's place is, though. Look at Oogie Boogie. Uh-oh. They're gonna roll the dice here? We know it always lands on Snake Eyes. That's not gonna be good for them. The one thing I never understood about this movie is how did they know that Oogie Boogie had already Santa Claus? Because the kids never said they were going to take him to Oogie Boogie's land. So why does he automatically know? That's the one thing in the movie that I never really understood. It's like we missed the whole scene there that was never actually shown. Uh-oh. So now he's going to notice. She's going to have to confront the Boogeyman, literally. Oof. One of the most sinister creatures in this land. Uh-oh. So he's gonna roll the Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes? Yeah. Oh, he rolled a higher 11 now. Interesting. He cheated, basically. Well, regardless of what, it's his place, his rules, right? And the house always wins, right? When you're thinking about gambling. You very rarely beat the house. No. Look at that. It's Jack Skellington. Uh-oh, he's very afraid of him. He's clearly not dead. I like the lighting effect again. Oh, man, he's going to try to actually square up with Jack here? Is that wise? Oh, look at all those blades. Why does he have so many devices to be able to do something? They're going to fight? Old man. He's calling Jack old. Is Jack going to be able to withdo him here? Subdue him? Look at all the dodging there. That effect was always interesting, how he was able to get Jack to dodge and weave for that. Because that feels like they have to use a little bit of 2D animation, because it is very difficult. Look at that shot. This is actually something that happens in Kingdom Hearts boss fight, ironically, too, so keep that in mind. We always wonder why the Kingdom Hearts boss fight is the way it is. It's actually because of this movie. This particular scene. Ooh. He has like a whole contraption to deal with enemies here. It's surprising. Why didn't you use any of this on Sally or Santa Claus if you had it just there? Uh-oh. Notice the Fred? Look, a little piece of him has been broken off. Ooh. Oh, look at that. He just had to pull that easily. And that's it. And it got tied up there. Uh-oh. Look at Oogie Boogie. It's just comprised of just bugs. Oh, no. Is that the end of Oogie Boogie? He just dies like that? The bugs get poured into the vat of lava and that's the end of him. Well, it felt like the fight between them was a little bit anticlimactic. They could have gotten like a couple more minutes. Like had at least a nice little 5-minute confrontation. Because it feels like the climax is a little bit rushed at times. That's the only one nitpick I have with the film. Uh-oh. Santa's definitely not happy with him. Uh-oh. Listen to her. Key point there. The only one that makes sense. Listen to her. Uh-oh. To fix Christmas, there's always time, right? He's Santa Claus. That is such a flex by Santa Claus, though, right? Like, such a huge flex. Oh, look at Sally. She's trying to reassure him, give him comforting. Look, how did you get down there? She was trying to... Oh, look, he's starting to notice. She wanted to help him. He's now finally realizing for the first time that she's in love with him and cares about him. Oh. Wow, so the kids actually did something good and went against Oogie Boogie? That's actually one of the more surprising plot points in the film. Okay, so Santa Claus has come and replaced all those toys. Supersonic speed to be able to set things right. Well, I mean, hey, Christmas is saved. They got a nightmare before Christmas. Literally, like the film said in the title, that's what happened. They had a nightmare before Christmas, but it's all over because Christmas is saved. And Halloween Town now has Jack Skellington back. And he's gearing for Halloween again. He's back in the Halloween spirit. And now everybody knows Jack's alive, so the town's coming back to life. Notice how the lighting went from dark to very light, bright, and spooky again? Look at that. Look at that. Everybody's celebrating here right now. Now it's the Pumpkin King song again. They celebrated with them all. And Santa Claus, look at that. Going off into Halloween Town. He said Merry Christmas. I guess they made peace, right? Santa Claus and Jack. Because he knows that Jack would just wanted to try something different. So he's not going to hold it against him completely. Especially since he did save Santa Claus from Oogie Boogie, despite the fact he put him in that situation. I mean, Santa Claus, I guess, would have the power of forgiveness, right? Look at that. They're experiencing snow for the first time. Their first gift. So, regardless of what, Jack was able to bring Christmas to Halloween Town, right? So that's kind of a cool little thing, too. In the snowball fight. Everybody's enjoying the snow. The mystical thing. And the doctor got his actual companion that he wanted now. Oh, look at that. He noticed Sally's walking away. Because I guess she didn't feel included there. So this shot, remember I said there was a very important part of the movie where we had Sally sitting on the Christmas tree looking over Jack when Jack was trying to explain Christmas? Well, look again here. She's poking the flowers. He loves me not. He loves me not. And notice Jack, my dearest friend. Look, he's down all the way on the ground and Sally's elevated high. Why is that? To show that Sally is the person in this particular situation that's in power. Jack wants to court Sally at this point. He wants her to accept his love. The woman is in the position of power, which is why Sally is being shown from a high elevated position, and Jack is here slowly walking, trying to get her acceptance. And notice her hand motions is saying to come towards me. So when they stand up on the hill together, it means that they finally have come together, and then she's accepted his love, and he's accepted her feelings for him. And they kiss and embrace. And that is the end of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it a Halloween movie? Is it a Christmas movie? I think it's both. I feel like it's more of a Halloween movie, though, just because Christmas is a light theme, but it's more about spooky things and about trying to find your joy again for Halloween, because I guess, like, in a way, like, when you get older as an adult, like, Halloween doesn't have as much meaning to a lot of people, because it's just, like, well, not really a holiday, but a pagan holiday that's more for children, or at least it's supposed to be, but there's obviously a lot more adults that celebrate it. So I feel like a underlying theme of the movie is about, like, Halloween and trying to still find your joy as an adult for Halloween, and, you know, the spookiness of everything. And also, the one thing that I do like about this movie is the meaning that it's okay to try new things and fail, because look at Jack. Jack actually tried to bring Christmas to Halloween Town. He didn't succeed. He wanted to try different things because he didn't feel like what he was pursuing in his life he had any more passion for. So he had to go out and try something to find if he could have a new passion, and then look what happened. Because he failed miserably at bringing Christmas joy to Christmas Town. It gave him more motivation and reinvigorated his love for all things spooky and scary and Halloweenish. So that's a very important message, too, that sometimes it's okay to go try something different and then find out that's not for you, and then come back to something that you really do truly enjoy. That's a nice little thing. The other thing is I really like the love plot, too, because it tells the story, obviously, of Sally, who's constantly in love with this person, that being Jack, that doesn't seem to, like, notice her feelings for him, and her, like, light advances and care and compassion for him. But towards the end of the film, he finally realizes that she's always been there for him, which is a nice little cute thing for a love story, because it shows that, you know what, sometimes people that really love you are there all the time, or as much as it can be for you, you know, and they're supportive even in your endeavors that you don't, and they don't necessarily think are gonna take off, because that's, like, really the true meaning of love, at least for me. Well, I could be wrong, but I think it's a nice little cute love romance thing. So Danny Elfman played Jack Skellington. Catherine O'Hara played Sally. That's surprising. I don't remember. She did. That's why I thought it was kind of interesting when she was singing the song, because I was like, this doesn't seem like somebody that was super musically trained, but she did a very good job as Sally, at least in the acting department. The music is really good. The story was pretty good. My only complaint, really, and this is a very small nitpick for the film, is just that I feel like the confrontation between Oogie Boogie and Jack is just not long enough. It feels very rushed. I understand that there's only so much they could have done because it's claymation. If you go super long, drawn out, it probably would have been very expensive on the budget. And claymation back then would have been very, very, very expensive to make. I'm watching the end credits in case these guys are wondering. But there's no, like, post-card sequence because they didn't have that back then. I want to see what the box office receipts, excuse me, for this was. Box office total. Because I remember this didn't do well in the movie theaters. Alright, so The Nightmare Before Christmas was made in 1993. It grossed, actually it didn't do that bad. It grossed 101,693,557 worldwide. Worldwide. In the United States, however, it only made $87,620,000, and in Canada it made $14 million. The film's budget was estimated to cost $18 million, so it made its money back in the United States. It didn't make its money back in Canada. The film was re-released in U.S. cinemas for the 30th anniversary, grossing an estimated $4.1 million. It performed well in the UK, taking the top spot. So, you know, it was, like I said, stop-motion, claymation film. Very good. You know, it was originally considered to be unsuitable for children because obviously it's very dark themes, which is, I think, why a lot of goth people really like the movie, because it's very, very dark and unrealistic. But that's most of Tim Burton's movies, too, though. Because, like, if you watch Batman, the first two, Batman and Batman Forever, the live-action films, you notice that it's not... Batman's usually supposed to be a character that can be appealing to children, but it's not, like... You know, but when you watch the Tim Burton ones, no, they're, like, super, super dark. The musical scores is very good. Stop motion's very good. 30 frames per second. I wish they would have done when they did the 30th anniversary, kind of sped up a little bit, but I think it would have kind of ruined the touch. Touchstone Pictures, which then eventually got bought by Disney. You know what? So it was pretty cool. Good job all around. I really enjoyed it. It's a nice little, you know... It's a Disney film, but it's not really so much a Disney film because of how dark it is. And stuff. It's a musical, which we don't watch a whole bunch of musicals here on the channel, although I do really enjoy a musical every once in a while, because they just have some charm and mysticism to them. Especially this one, where everybody's thoughts are being sung out loud. It's very theatrical in that way, too. It kind of reminds me of certain plays that I've watched in the past. But with that being said, I know this is a shorter watch-along, but that is going to be all the time that we have for today. Tomorrow at Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, for our Cozy Saturday stream, we are going to be playing a not-so-cozy game because it is Spooktacular Halloween. So we are going to be watching, or not watching, we're going to be playing Friday the 13th, the game, because I know a lot of people have wanted me to play that game. It's been a long time. This will probably be the last time we get to play Friday the 13th, the game, because as everybody knows, in December, the game is being taken offline, and you won't be able to connect to the servers on the PC lobby. I have the Switch version where you can still get all your unlockables and play them offline, but like you won't be able to play online anymore, which I think is unfortunate. because that was, as a lot of people know, the very first game that I ever played on this channel, the very first installment ever on this channel, 4 years ago, was actually a Friday the 13th the game video that was 10 minutes long. And things have changed quite a bit on the channel since then, which is kind of crazy, because if you look at that old video, which I think is still up, I don't think I archived it, and you look at what we're done now, it's dramatically different. Because, like, I used to not be very comfortable talking on camera. I wasn't used to it in the beginning. I felt awkward doing it. Sometimes it could be very difficult talking to people, even when those people are not actually there. Case in point, when I do recordings. But we got better over the last 4 years at it, definitely. I think we've entertained people. And the movie watch-alongs are a good way of me being able to show you guys some of my film knowledge, because I've mentioned this before. Area of concentration is film and television. I do actually have a degree in film and television, so I give you a little bit of my professional knowledge in that retrospect, which is kind of cool. I think that's why lately I feel like the movie watch-alongs have done really well in that retrospect, because I can talk about things that normal average viewers and people who normally just watch, that don't have any of that type of background, wouldn't, like, actually be able to understand, which I think is really, really cool in that retrospect. So yeah, I will be back tomorrow, though, for Friday the 13th, the game, and we'll have a fun time. That's not going to be as long of a stream. I think it's only going to be like an hour and 40 minutes, because there's only so much that I can play of Friday the 13th, the game, because the problem with the PC lobbies, and I've mentioned this before, is that the PC lobbies now have hackers, so they find a way to, like, vacuum you into hack lobbies where, like, they play music somehow, and it's very, what's the nicest way to put it? They say racial slurs in it, they do transphobic stuff. It's, like, terrible. And, like, there's 2 Jasons, and there's, like, 18 players, and they found a way to basically ruin Friday the 13th, the game, online for people who are playing on PC lobbies. And the only way to really fix it is if you make your own lobby, but then trying to find players that don't get sucked into that vacuum. It's incredibly difficult. And because the game no longer is being supported by Gun Entertainment, as well as Ilphonic Studios, who moved on to a game that I actually covered last week here on Spooktacular Halloween for actually the Sunday extra video that I did. They're doing Clear Clowns for Outer Space, which it's not so good. And then the other part of that development team went on to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which has its own problems as well, which has been a very underwhelming game. I don't have it because I couldn't support some of the antics that are going on with that. So yeah, but that's why we'll be mostly doing bot lobbies tomorrow and just playing with the bots that can give actually a good run for their money, even though some of the things that they do is a little bit stupid too. But hey, that's the only way really be able to play Friday the 13th the game, unfortunately. But with that being said, I hope you did enjoy this movie watch-along. Let me check something on the calendar before I send you guys on your merry way. So, this was the 18th, right? So, next Friday's movie watch-along is going to be Ernest Scared Stupid. It's another family-friendly film with Ernest P. Worrell from 1991, so it was like 2 years before this one. I want to watch it because it's kind of a cool little film, and it's a Halloween film-ish, and it's one that everybody can watch, because we could watch another horror film, but I don't think. Then you're probably going to be like, well, you know, what about Halloween Day itself? You haven't even watched the best Halloween film of all time, that being the original Halloween. Well, sports, guess what? Because November 1st is that Friday, we won't watch Halloween that day. In fact, we're probably not going to have a movie watch-along that Friday. Instead, for Thursday, the 31st, Halloween itself, we will be doing a movie watch-along of Halloween. I do not know if I'm going to do it at 8 p.m. Eastern. Chances are I might do it a little bit earlier than that, so I might be able to catch somebody else's content that day. I don't know, but we are going to be watching Halloween 79. And then I think probably that Friday I might take off, just as an extra day. Another programming note is, next week's schedule will obviously be up on that Sunday of this week. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, Halloween, the original one, don't think we're not going to watch it. We're going to watch it on Halloween. That's why I planned it that way. Some people are like, can you do a movie watch-along marathon of it? I would love to. I don't have... First of all, we would have to start the day before It'd have to be a marathon stream that I can't do because unfortunately I just don't have that time to watch how many films now? Like 12 Halloween films in one day with you. I wish I could. It's a great idea, but I can't. I can't. Maybe, well, it depends whatever happens in the future. Maybe we'll do it somewhere down the road if it's possible. I don't know. Hard to say. But with that being said, thank you to all my chatters. Thank you to all my lurkers, VOD watchers, if you watched all the way to the end. Please leave me either a skeleton or a pumpkin emoji so I know you watched all the way to the end. That's going to do it for me tonight. Thanks, I do greatly appreciate it. And most importantly, I appreciate you. See you tomorrow for Friday the 13th, the game.